Isha Alam. I am a college freshman in the Missouri Southern State University and Kansas City University medical program. Today I'm going to be explaining to you guys what BSMD programs are, what are some benefits and some costs in my opinion, and this video is basically the first video in a series of how I explain how I got provisional acceptances to 2 medical schools while I was 18 and still in high school. So starting off with BSMD programs, BSMD stands for Bachelor of Science and Medical Doctorate. So these are programs that are a collaboration between an undergraduate college and a medical school. So for my case, in my program, it's between Missouri Southern State University and the Kansas City University Medical School. BSMD programs are a way for students who are 100% committed to medicine to get an early acceptance while they're still in high school. BSMD programs provide you a guaranteed acceptance in most cases, and there are many different of these programs around the United States. They're mostly concentrated in the New England area, but there are many in the West and the Southern United States. BSMD programs come in many various types. So you have BSDO programs and you have BAMD programs. BSDO programs are programs such as the one that I'm in, which is basically a Bachelor of Science for your undergraduate education, and then a DO, which is a Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine. The only difference between MD and DO are that MDs go through an allopathic medical school and DOs go through an osteopathic medical school. BAMD programs are programs where you don't do a Bachelor of Science, instead you do a Bachelor of Arts, and then you go into medical school. BSMD programs, including the BSDO and BAMD, all come in various lengths. So the most common program is an 8 years program. That includes 4 years at your undergraduate college, and then you're going to be doing 4 years of medical school. These programs are more similar to your traditional pre-med experience because you do get the full 4 years for undergraduate college. Then you have 6 and 7 year programs. These programs are known as accelerated BSMD programs because you're doing a shorter amount of time in your undergraduate college experience. So your 7 years, you're going to be doing 3 years of undergrad, and then 4 years of medical school, and then 6 years, you're going to be doing 2 years of undergrad, and then 4 years of medical school. MKeep, the program that I'm in, is a 7 year program. So the pros and cons of each one. Looking at the 8 year program, you have more flexibility in terms of what undergraduate coursework you want to do. Usually these programs let you choose a major within science, and there are a select few that even let you choose majors outside of that, but you're going to have to check each program's requirements specifically. Now for 6 and 7 year programs, you have a lot less flexibility because you're trying to complete an undergraduate education in a shorter amount of time than normal. So you have required coursework, and usually you can take a few electives here and there, which is the case with MKeep. We have about 15 credit hours that are set, and then you can choose to take any classes for certificates or trainings and stuff that you would like to take or you're interested in. 6 year programs, I've heard, are even more strict with the requirements, and often in 7 and 6 year programs, you are going to be taking summer classes, but it's not a full load. So especially for MKeep, we don't have a full load of how many classes do you have compared to your fall and spring semesters, so it's not too much in my opinion. It is worth noting that the guaranteed acceptance for many of the BSMD programs is based on a GPA requirement and sometimes an MCAT requirement during undergrad. For the MKeep program, it's a 3.5 minimum requirement for the GPA as well as your science GPA, and then the MCAT has no minimum score requirement, but they do want you to take it so that you can assess your abilities to go through medical school. Now, some programs have a higher GPA requirement or a low GPA requirement than this, and some do require you to take the MCAT and attain a certain score. So this is why it's really important to do your research and find out all the BSMD programs that you would like to go to, decide what length you would like, what area. For me, it was most important that I was closer to my family, So I kind of looked in the southern United States area. I didn't really look into a lot of programs in New England, but I definitely did research, even if I ended up not applying. So that is something really amazing about BSMD programs, that a lot of colleges have pages dedicated to their programs. And if they don't, you can even just call them up, call up the admissions office, and they can give you like information about that. Sometimes the medical school faculty will even speak to you about the programs. So that's really amazing, and that's how I found out about a lot of the programs. Lastly, I would like to mention some of the programs that I researched, and I will be doing a separate video on why I chose MKeep because there were a bunch of reasons. But right now I would just like to mention some of the programs that I researched and kind of how I went about choosing which programs I would apply to. It is important to note that the reason that you have to choose is because often BSMD applications include the undergraduate college application and then a separate application for the medical school or for the program itself. So it's kind of like you're doing two applications just for one program. So that's why you kind of have to make your choices and decide what's more important to you, which programs you would like to apply to. I applied to, I think, about 10 BSMD programs, and these included some programs that you didn't really have to do a full application. You just had to do maybe one essay or two, or you just had to click a box and submit like a video or something. So it seems daunting, but you can definitely do it. Some programs that I know of are the biggest one for sure, which is Baylor to Baylor, and that is an extremely competitive program. I think it's the most competitive. They only accept 6 students. So you can research about this. They have a bunch of information on their website, and that is an amazing program as well because the Baylor College of Medicine is one of the most amazing medical schools. They have a bunch of resources. It's a great location, and that's an amazing med school. Some other programs, which are in the southern United States, because that's where I researched, you have the OU MHSP program, which is the University of Oklahoma Medical Humanities Scholars Program. That's an 8-year program. It is a BAMD. Now, there's a new one that actually opened up a couple years ago in the University of Houston, and that's called Honors Med. That is an 8-year program as well. So as you can see, most of the programs in the United States are 8-year programs. Some other programs that are 7 and 6 year, one of them is my program, 7-year program. It's between Missouri Southern and Kansas City University, and you are not bound to go to KCU, but I will explain this in a later video, but you will definitely love to stay because everything is amazing in MKeep. Another program would be, I know that there is an NYIT program in New England, and that's a 7-year program. There's a bunch of 7-year programs up there between, I think, the SUNY Medical School. There's a bunch with the Albany Medical School. That's what it is. Albany Medical College. There's a bunch of programs with that college as well. Now, there are some 6-year programs. They are very few, but some that I know are Howard University. That's a 6-year program. And this program does require you to commit to completing the entire program. And you can do some more research about this if you're interested, but they do not give you your undergrad degree until you're done with the entire program. Another example would be the UMKC program. That's also a 6-year, and I believe they have the same conditions as well. So that's kind of a small overview on what BSMD programs are, what the lengths are, what are some benefits and costs in my opinion, and I hope that this helps. Thank you.